Greetings everyone out there on YouTube, this is Cool Dude Clem back once again for another video about today's music. Now, I know I made a video about this some time ago, but there were a few points I missed out, and although I got a lot of positive comments about it, I'm still going to make this new one. In this video I'm going to be comparing what music is and what music isn't. I'm going to give you examples of why today's music is just so horrible. First of all, let us have a look at rap music. I'm just going to play one here. I'm only going to play a couple of seconds of it because I don't know if there's any copyright or muting that's going to go on, so hope this video doesn't get muted, but let's play. I've got no idea what this song is or anything about it, but that's supposed to be rap music. Doesn't sound like rap music to me. Let's have a listen to another one.
Deep in the city, get away from our lives. Wherever your mind, I swore never to lie, cause
okay, that's about just as much as that as I can take, but still. Those rappers, they sound so full of themselves. It's almost like they're planting this subliminal message in their music saying, I'm a rapper, I'm better than you. And now, let's take a listen to proper rap music. Take it away, MC Hammer.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
That is proper rap music, and I'm only just getting started on how utterly terrible today's music is. Let's have another look at another listen to some of today's crappy music. Let's have a look. Oh, there's something called Big Brother here. I have no idea what this is. I don't watch it, but it's from a TV show. But just listen to how utterly soul-crushing and bleak and depressing and angry this music is.
This is Big Brother. Coolio's Minute starts now.
You're in now.
Okay, I just want to die after hearing that, but why? And I'm asking, why do all of you modern music producers out there, why do you make today's music so bleak and depressing? I mean, jeez, you know, it's... And that's not where it ends. Let's have a listen to another clubby song. Let's move it on a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Do you know, I've heard better music from old computers like the Commodore and the Spectrum. Let's take a listen to Dark Fusion. This was done on the ZX Spectrum. Let's just hurry this on a bit. Pretty funky little tune there, and it's actually more pleasant, even though the sound's quite ghastly, it's more pleasant to listen to than that stuff I was playing earlier. Now let's listen to an example of Commodore 64 music. This one is a really good one, sinks in. I'm just going to hurry on a bit. Now how could you not say this is music? I'd rather listen to the, old computer music than what they make today. Now, one last example of how crappy today's music is, I'm just going to load up, well, I've already got it loaded up, the song Bass I Love You, to give you a demonstration of how stupid today's music is. I'm just going to play a little bit of it. That's quite bleak and depressing, isn't it? I don't know if you could actually hear the bass on this. On that song, they've made the bass so low, it's practically out of the human range of hearing. I mean, what's the point of making a song that's got bass in it when you make the bass at such a low pitch? You can't hear it. You have to be an elephant to hear this. And I can't even tell if that low bass sound is supposed to be the kick drum or the actual bass. The actual bass line. I've absolutely no idea. I have to speed this song up just so I can hear the bass. Okay, I've now sped it up, so let's have a listen. just about hear the bass that time. Now I've got a couple of songs here that I made. Well, it's the same song, but I've done it in two different styles. Anybody who's played Kirby's Adventure on the NES will recognise this. Now let's listen to one I made that's done partially with synths and partially with real sounds. Make it a bit louder. Okay, so we got bass here, which is a real sampled bass. Drums here, which are real sampled drums. A weird pad I found, which is a synth. And the lead, which is also a synth. So you can hear that sounds pretty nice. Okay, now let's hear what that would sound like if it was a club song. Doesn't sound as nice, does it? And you say club music is complicated. It isn't. I mean, this sounds typically like any club song, right? All it is, just a kick drum like that. This is the bass. This is the percussive bit. And this is the lead. See, it only uses 5 channels. Why do you use the most horrible sounds that you can think of? That's what you're doing wrong when you make music. Music should be a pleasure to listen to, and there is no pleasure in listening to music that's like that. The only reason why these, they call themselves artists, even get an audience is because they're all stoned teenagers that haven't actually heard proper music. Now, I'm not saying synthesized sounds shouldn't be used at all. You know, I'd be lying if I said that. I mean, you know, if you want to use a synthesized sound in your song, then go on and do it. But when you overly use synthesizers for everything, you know, the drums, the bass, the main lead, if it has one, the vocals. Some people even use a synthesizer for the vocals on a song. Of course, synthesizers can sound nice. I've done something here on Mudplug Tracker using synthesizers. It's just a very short thing, but listen to how nice this sounds. That shows you that synthesizers, even modern ones, can sound nice. There is one other thing you do wrong when you make music. Okay, now here's something that's been mastered really, really terribly. Now I'm just going to play a little bit of this, and you'll see why I say it's been mastered really badly. Did you hear that, where that crash came in, how the audio just sort of went down and then comes up again? That is bad mastering.
Celebrity Big Brother, tonight at 9 on 4.
And you call that complicated? That isn't complicated, that's just a synthetic bass drum, some sawtooth wave chords with an echo on it, and a bass that just goes and you call that music? Now, going back to this MIDI thing, people say I use MIDI for all my stuff. I don't. That's only partially true. Now I'm going to load up something that you could not do using MIDI. Now, you could not do this using MIDI, make chiptunes. You're all saying, I use MIDI to do this. I don't, right? This uses some arpeggio effect that I've made, and I've done that by using tone envelopes that go up in steps. As you can see here, this is one of the tone envelopes, and you can see it goes up in steps. Now, you cannot do that with MIDI, so don't say I use MIDI for everything. Only the VSTs use MIDI. Now, I'm just going to compare some last examples of what music is and what music isn't, so you can hear for yourself. Now, I'm just going to load up a nice song. We'll load up this one. Hurry it on a bit. Let's compare that to... It's no wonder you're all so messed up, is it, when you listen to this crap?